on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They go play action with Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play action. Now Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. The short one there, caught by Likely. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now Lamar changing the play. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's 2nd and 10. Beckham will go in motion right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. On 1st and 10. It's Jackson.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Here's Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. It'll be a gain of 5, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Buccaneers in trouble to start play, 6-8 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And some room to maneuver.
And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Mayfield now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Play fake. Mayfield. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They run again on 1st down. Chubb. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Trey Palmer,
his 19th touchdown now on the season.
And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. Caught left side. It's Beckham.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Finding Walker, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time. Now it's Jackson.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Jackson's throw is on target to Likely.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. Down the right sideline. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, fourth and long here, late second quarter. I mean, Charles, you knew that was going to be a very tough play to convert. But now, not only do you not convert it, you give up a pick six the other way and give the other team all the momentum.
Well, Brandon, I don't think we ever go into a game where both teams don't tell us that they plan to be aggressive in what they're doing on offense. But there's aggressive, and then there's reckless. And how about this one? In the first half of a close game, that backfired on them in a big way. Now I think they're in a position where they have to take a lot of risks in order to try and catch up.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Jamar Chase, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And just shutting him off there. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Second and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Where's 52? Black 52. 52's the mic. Get in the right room.
Mayfield to throw it. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, taking it right down Broadway. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 61 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield going to switch things up here. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
2nd and 16.
They go play action. Mayfield under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now, as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action now. Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. It's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Baker changing the play at the line.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Back now in Tampa. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Jackson. It's caught. Beckham. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Here's Jackson.
Right side, there's Likely with it. Down inside the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Isaiah Likely.
32 yards.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
To throw, Mayfield.
Throw left side, taken in by Palmer.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They run it again with Chubb. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football. And we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle. And, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. They'll run with Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Mayfield to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Pass complete, it's likely.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here's first down. Jackson.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Jackson.
Buying time to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Tampa Bay,
their hopes of a winning